Okay, so we're back with more blackouts. Back in black,
Back in
so
black.
to speak.
I love it.
There's no shortage of these, it seems like. We're just going to be buried in them. I've got mountains of them and more on the way.
Excellent.
So time to dig in.
All right, so this person says, "Hey Remy, I've been watching you for quite a long time.
Sorry.
I love the reaction videos and the ideas you share on your and your fans' tattoos. It's like a breath of fresh air in the tattoo community. There is no other person who teaches about multi-layering and the healing process as you do. I would like to share some of my tattoos, starting with my right arm, which I am experimenting with at the moment. For now, we've done a few layers of black. The reason why I decided to black out my arm was to burn a scar, which I had for years. Oh, wow. It looked awful. At first, the scar was covered with filthy Jesus tattoo. But then I decided to cover it with black. On my left arm, I've got black Japanese sleeve. The right arm was supposed to be similar to the left one, just the same vibe, but eventually we ended up going for the black plus peonies. Oh, I love black plus peony sleeves. I just love the way the sleeve changed over time as I am starting to get new ideas for the future. After the healing process, my skin usually has some spots that need to be done again.
Yeah, that's typical.
I also wanted to make it pitch black. That's why we've done 3 to 5 passes on almost every part of my arm. The last part, which I will be done soon, is my bicep, as there is just one layer of black and a small spot which isn't blacked out. But soon it will be. It's next to the peony on the top of my arm. So let's take a look.
So first off, this is like the perfect lighting for a blackout tattoo, but it's not the best lighting to reveal this tattoo to me. Like, this is a nice picture, but it doesn't really illuminate any potential problems.
Yeah, so this is a great picture for your Instagram.
Yeah.
You look nice and dark, but
Yeah.
like
white shirt, white wall.
Yeah, but for our purposes,
Yeah.
we kind of want a little bit more brightness
Well,
on
I
there.
just don't know what I'm looking at, and like, I hate to be the bearer of some bad news. It is possible to get your tattoos dark and darker, but they're not going to stay pitch black forever.
Yeah, so like
they just won't.
my black round on my sleeve, the parts that have been done twice, are black.
Yeah, they're black.
They're pitch black. They're as black as they
They're as
can
black
be.
as skin can get.
Yeah.
But
they're-
like,
and I didn't need 3 to 5 sessions
no,
on
so
it.
but that's the point, is like, you can probably get that blacker, but the problem is, like, depending on your skin tone, depending on the ink used, depending on
Your artist,
your
your healing.
But like, even in the best circumstances, say even with Hood, the most famous current black worker, his stuff is not necessarily pitch black. There's no Vanta black tattoo. It doesn't exist. That's not a thing that happens.
It would be amazing if one day there was.
You can't get your black to be like that.
No, there's your skin causes distortion.
Well, it's
to the pigment.
It's because it's coming through whatever your skin tone is.
Yep.
It's coming through a filter. So.
And that's like, I mean, part of the reason why if you put my black next to Remy's black, it would look completely different. From
Well,
each
your
other.
black is darker too because it's newer.
And it's not over a million layers of other shit.
Well, that's another thing. If you're covering old color, it can influence the black as well. That all said, this looks like a decent black. Like, nothing to take away from that. And what he's got with the peonies is what a lot of people like to try and attempt with white on black flowers. Like, not like mine, because most people are just trying to get white lines, and it will never look like this.
No.
Like,
But these are beautiful. This is these are really nicely done.
Yeah, the only thing is, I think, like, I probably would have had a little bit more obstruction in this, just for the sake of the flow of the sleeve. I think that the front of the bicep there is a little bit less, like, there's a little less going on than I would have. Especially if you had nothing that you only were recovering so much, right? So you could have broken up the black a little bit more.
Yeah, throwing something in the middle there.
No, I mean, I don't rule out the possibility that he could potentially be blacking all of this out one day anyway.
I mean, I feel like most people would.
That's on the table for sure. Parts of this tattoo Yeah, see up here where
Yep.
he was talking about, but this is still healing in here, right?
Mhm.
So you're never gonna get that fresh black. Like it'll never be that dark.
Nope.
What it will be is this dark that he has at the top, but it'll be smoother and more solid.
Yeah.
Um,
like mine.
And then it will fade off a bit. Like yours is not quite as black as that anymore, just because time will take away some of the dark. It's just the way it is.
Yeah, well, and like I mean, for me, I tan like crazy.
Well, a lot of people do.
And there's no avoiding the sun, and the sun damages your tattoos, and that's just the way it is. Age happens.
There's just some living in that takes away the black.
Yeah,
It's more mellow in time.
nice blackout. I always hate the sharp end.
Yeah,
of
I
the
don't like the
wrist.
clean cut at the end, but that'd be my only really gripe. I think I like the flow of this arm altogether. I like his other one too, the Japanese arm.
The Japanese one was cool too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
I
looks
could
pretty
see it in
good.
that one photo for sure.
Yeah.
So the next one title is First Pass Blackout Calf. So they're wondering, David is wondering, does it need a full second pass?
Most certainly.
Covered up an old tattoo on the back of my calf. I expect 2 or more sessions to finish the entire piece, which will cover most of my right leg.
So, I mean, if you care, you can see some of the old tattoo. But that being said, I don't know that that's fixable because a lot of that is scarring,
Yeah.
right? Like you can go over and over and over again. You're not going to get rid of the scar formation in there.
This is something that used to actually drive you crazy. When I would take
Yeah.
photos of you, you'd be like, it doesn't look smooth. It doesn't look smooth.
Well,
And I'm
there's some scarring in my biceps.
I was like, you're not going to look smooth. Number one, because scarring, and number two, because camera's going to pick up everything.
That being said, like this does need a second pass.
Always.
You can see, like especially when you close up, there's quite a few spots that are going to look worse soon.
Yeah.
So like once this is, really settled, like, and I don't mean a few weeks.
No,
like,
you want to wait months.
there's going to be some trouble spots that reveal themselves pretty clearly.
Yeah.
Like you can see them in your arm there, where you
Yeah.
haven't passed it twice. Those things will develop more with time. I also think that he wants what did he say? 2 sessions to finish his leg. I wonder what the plan is. Because
to finish the entire piece. So
Yeah,
is the
so
entire
that's-
piece just this, or like?
I don't know what his plan is, but 3 sessions to finish a blackout leg is not really a great idea. I think that it should be more like 4 to 6, and that's with someone who really, really knows what they're doing. That being said, it's a hell of a lot better than the one girl we had on here who got both of her lower legs blacked out in a session.
I mean,
2-day session.
even like, so this back of calf that we're looking at right now, I think even that in one day
That's a lot.
is a risky session.
That's a lot.
If you're not like, I mean,
They left some areas for the swelling to at least kind of
that's
breathe, but
right.
even still,
It's still
a
still
good chunk.
so risky. I mean, and you want to be off your feet if you can be, right? But
Yeah, I don't know what the plan is here, but even from some distance, I can see some negative space peeking through.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to get too close to this thing. So yes, you will, especially with some time into this, you're definitely going to want to smooth this out.
oh yeah.
You're going to need to do the labor on this. If you care, I mean, if you don't care, that's fine, but I would definitely be recommending a second pass. And another thing is I don't know why people would assume that it wouldn't be. You're taking a lot of like one color to an area, and it's almost impossible to get it to be a solid sheet on one pass. We just see too much misinformation online, and
Well, and like, I mean, the way I look at it is like they're smudging around black on your skin. They're like smudging it around, and then the black ink is gonna sit on top of your skin, and then it's gonna make it look like some spots look blacker than they actually are. Like, I think it's just so hard to get a first pass solid
the
black.
blackout scene is particularly ridiculous to me a lot of the time, because these are a lot of times guys that are covering things up that have already made mistakes, had bad tattoos or poorly done tattoos or what, and then they're trying to rush through the cover up.
Yeah,
I don't know why we're trying to do, like, why are we doing that?
blackout's a commitment.
You've already done damage to yourself. Don't do that again.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Take your time.
Do it right.
Do it right the second time. Yeah, we've already made enough mistakes. So here we have a isolated arm. I don't remember where this one came from. I'm thinking it might be the same guy. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think it said in the email.
There's no attachment to this. I think it was just a random picture someone sent in.
Cool.
And
nice black arm.
I mean, it's an alright arm. There's some patchiness in here.
Your picture sucks.
A second pass. A really dark room. It's really like I feel like this thing would look pretty washed out in the daylight. Like if you were to shine bright light on this, like we're shining on me right now.
Yeah.
I think it would be
Better.
Patchville.
No, yeah, patchy city.
Yeah, Patchville.
Yeah,
so.
my the top half of my arm, which I swear to God I'm going to get done. Swear.
Yeah, one
this
day.
Summer.
10
I will
years
do it.
from now.
I will do it. I will email.
5 minutes at a time.
Anyways, it hurts, guys. I'm a baby. Especially the tender spots. Actually, you can do my elbow any day, over and over and over again.
Elbow's a walk in the
Perfectly
park.
fine. I will run that over my ditch. Cool. The underside of my arm. Fuck my life. Anyways, like yeah, patchy. It's just patchy.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and this looks like it was
Mine looks decent in photographs. That's what I was going to get at. Mine, if you photograph it, it looks decent. And then as soon as you see it in person, the parts that haven't been second pass, so patchy.
Yeah, you can really see through them.
Yeah.
And that's not a coloration thing because, like, for example, your arm's darker than mine, but it's not as solid as mine.
Oh, yeah.
You know
yours
what I mean?
is so solid.
Like it's... And that's partly because mine was done with different ink and is older. But, like, once you get it solid, it doesn't really... Like, it doesn't really fall apart necessarily. The color changes with time, but it doesn't get less solid, right? So once you get that nice and saturated and smooth, it will stay that way. It'll just change. It'll get more mellow over time.
Yeah, it'll lighten over time.
But that's
you
really
won't see skin underneath as long as it's done well.
As long as you get it all in there, it'll stay a nice sheet for pretty well forever. And I mean, I've gone through what? Like, I think I gained like 55 pounds in the last year.
Yeah, you went from like a size small shoulders.
Yeah.
Your shoulders. Because it's your stomach and waist haven't really changed that much. So your shoulders.
But even then,
you've gone from wearing a size extra small.
Yeah, that's a lot of stretching.
To a size large in the last 2 years.
So there's been a few spots that have revealed themselves, but not as much as you might think.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's a lot of change.
Yeah, especially your shoulders and across your chest.
Yeah, there's a few spots like up here.
Oh yeah.
There's like a holiday here or there.
A little bit.
Like,
not as bad as
it's going to be covered anyway.
I thought it was going to be worse. I actually had a coworker ask me about, because they know, they've seen how big you've gotten, some of my coworkers, and they've said, well, how's that been on his tattoos? Does he have stretch marks? Are they...
Some stretch marks from when I was much heavier when I was young.
Yeah, but they also asked if, like, it's affected the shape of anything, and what they didn't realize is that a lot of the actual tattoos over top of the black is new, but...
Yeah, but even then, like, unless you're doing dainty line work, I wouldn't be too concerned with things like that.
Even your legs have gotten a lot larger, and your Witch King on the back there, he still looks perfect.
It doesn't really change that much. People are always concerned with that if it's in there solid, it won't change a whole lot.
I mean, I guess it depends on how you grow, but anyways, yeah.
Yeah.